If you have jerrycans, basins, cups, polythene bags which you're not using, there is a trailblazing technology which can produce diesel fuel. This can be confirmed by the new pyrolysis technology which has been tested at Kabanyoro Agricultural Research Center. This new innovation has been introduced by the Agricultural Biosystem Engineering Department at Makerere University and Department of Chemicals at Kentucky University in the U.S.
When you get oil out of the ground, almost 93% of it goes into the refinery to get the diesel and the gasoline, the petrol, the way we know it. Then 7% goes into the polymer industry and the way we know it. So now, the 7% is now what you are melting back to take back to the original oil, which it was.
Hard plastic is cut into small pieces, which are fitted into a cylinder that can contain pressure in high temperatures. The mineral water bottles are not supposed to be mixed or used in this system.
Use there has a molecule of oxygen, that's why it's lighter. So it means those who know some chemistry, this is anaerobic, it means absence of oxygen. So once you put oxygen molecule, then you get something different.
We have a rocket stove that we're using to heat our reactor. So down here we have the air inlet source, and we have also the partition for putting the fuel, that is the dry firewood for heating.
Fire is then lit to burn the pieces of wood stashed through the vent on the rocket stove.
If you are to get diesel, you should be not above 450 degrees Celsius, okay? And you shouldn't be below 300 or 350. Wow. So it should be within that range, because the hydrocarbons, the chemistry of diesel is in that range.
Inside the rocket stove, there is a bioreactor that is heated in order to achieve the required temperature, that is about 400 to 450 degrees Celsius. And of course, that will help also under another process to take place, which is thermal decomposition of the plastic or poly material that later evaporates through this very pipe into a water container that we would also call condensation process. And of course, since oil is less dense than water, it will stay afloat on the water.
Between 45 minutes to 1 hour, the wax and oil begin dripping into the water.
We are dealing with heavy polymers. So that means diesel, which is the heavier part, is what you'll get, okay? Not petrol.
If the system is not properly handled, it can be perilous according to experts.
If you don't put in the right materials, you could cause a very big problem. It could burst. And in the sense that, first of all, make sure that the joints are well tight. Plumbing must be done properly by a profession. And then don't put in everything you want to put in. There are things you have to put in and other things you can't put in.
When the temperatures go beyond the recommended 450 degrees centigrade, you can get only wax.
What remains back after the thermal chemical conversion process is biochar, if you put in biological material.
After some time, the pale yellow diesel begins collecting on water, and it is picked using a cup. Experts say that for every kilo of plastic translates into 1 liter of diesel.
Energy poverty. Add another layer of food insecurity. Those two, once they are combined, you have a very dangerous person or annoyed person.
Jeffrey C., the Associate Professor of Chemical Engineering at Kentucky University in the U.S., told NTV that although the technology is not commonly used in America, it has been tested and approved for producing cheaper fuel in developing countries.
And we did a similar demonstration in India last summer. And the idea is that this is just a small-scale process, but our goal is to work with our partners at Makerere to develop a continuous process, a larger process.
But what are some of the challenges involved?
No, in this country we don't sort garbage at source, so you have everything mixed. That is another challenge. In the Western world, everything is sorted immediate after use. We don't have that. Then the other challenge which we have is energy. to fire it.
The diesel can be used in car engines and tractors after separating it from water. Those behind the technology, which costs around $5,000 or 16 million shillings, want government to invest in this technology in order to process plastic in large quantities. Sudhir Ruhanga, NTV.